What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cherokee, and yes, we made it to another Friday. Well, guess what? This is a special Friday, isn't it? Because this is the last Friday of the early voting. So, as you can see my shirt, vote like we've never voted before. This is very important, so I want to start it off right off the bat with that topic. Hey, Meese, what's up, baby? What's good? But, guys, people died for us to have the right to vote. People suffered and died, and it wasn't that long ago where people like you and me, we couldn't vote. We didn't have the right to vote. So people had to fight and die and continue the fight and struggle so that we could have equality. Don't let them down. And I'm not even saying who should you vote for. That's not why I brought that up. Whoever you stand for, stand up for them. Exercise your right to voice your opinion, voice your thoughts, voice your concerns. That's what this election is all about. I'm not a politician. Don't want to be, right? But we live in this country together. We got to learn how to live and work together. We can't look at one topic and make that the whole topic. What's up, Sid? What's up, baby boy? How you feel, man? I hope you voted, man. I hope you voted. And if not, oh, good, good. I see you did. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because you're a young guy. See? My generation has to teach your generation. We have to leave this better for you guys. But that means you guys got to stand up too. Because you're in your 20s. Hey, man, this is the mantle getting ready to be passed to you. Another day, another dollar. That's right. That's right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the positive things that we can look forward to. First of all, I know 2020 wasn't the best year for any of us, whether we're business owners or whether we're laborers working for someone else. It was a terrible year, I get it. But the best part of this year, right now, is it's coming to an end. But we don't want to take old baggage into a new year. So the first thing we have to do is change the way we think, change our mindset. Change your mindset, change the way you view things. You say, oh, I'm upset because I got to stay in the house. Well, I'm going to need you to love your house a little bit more. I'm going to need you to turn your house into a happy home. Now, everybody's not riding with you on that. I know people are suffering. People are agitated. They're just mad. And a lot, rightfully so. I mean, look what's happening, right? But the way you reflect what has happened to you and the way you deal with that effect, that's what builds your character. That's what builds everything that is good about you. That champion inside of you stands up. That champion is amazing. We talk about this all the time. Let the champion out. The champion is amazing. And there's a champion inside of each one of us. Here's the problem. A lot of times our fear stops us from letting the champion take over. I want you to let that champion take over. I want you to stop being afraid. I want you to stop being afraid of how great you can be. Focus your attention on something positive, less on something demonstrative, okay? If it's something that's detrimental, if it's something that's important to you that you need to do, I want you to focus on that. If you could do something good for somebody, I want you to do it. But it starts with you believing in yourself. It starts with you feeling like, you know what? I deserve better than what I've been getting. I deserve to be talked to with a certain level of respect. See, all of these things work. And it's designed for you to be everything you can be. That's the thing. We got to be everything. Anything that we can be, we need to push for that. show each other that we are here for each other. And because of that, it'll be harder for us to give up. It's hard to give up when you know you got somebody that's arm in arm with you, side by side, and they're not going to let you slide. They're not going to let you fall. And if you do happen to fall, slip and fall, my brother's keeper is there to catch you. Very important. My sister's keeper, there to protect you. Find something you want to do. Write it down. Use your God-given talent. I was talking to a friend earlier, and we talked about the level of education. We talked about how some things seem to be so easy for some people and so difficult for others. And we were saying, you know, I needed to get that type of schooling. I needed to go to this type of class. I needed to do this. And I said to this individual, what if you focus your attention on what you are already the very best at? Whatever it is. What if it was baking? If baking is your thing, what if you said, you know what, I'm going to start a bakery. Now what I want to do is get with business-minded individuals that can handle the business side of the process. Learn the stuff that I need to learn, and then turn some things over to people who are really good at accounting, at marketing, at advising, and selling. And that way you can focus on baking. No different than anything else in the world. If you're a salesperson, find something you believe in and sell it. But make sure you believe in it. In other words, if you won't buy it yourself, you probably shouldn't sell it. If you don't own it, you shouldn't sell it. I always say if I sold cars, I'd have to be a Lexus dealer. I have to work for the Lexus dealership or Cadillac Escalade, Cadillac. So those are the cars I drive. Those are the cars I love. Those are what I love to drive. So that's what I would talk about. I wouldn't be a Mercedes-Benz dealer. It doesn't matter. And Benzes are nice. They're beautiful cars. I get it. But I don't drive one, so I don't know where everything is in the car. And I can't tell somebody something I don't believe in. Or if they say, hey, is this your favorite car? Is this the best car you've ever driven? If it's not, I can't say it is. In the resort world where I come from, in the sales world, I can't say that a fixed week concept is better than a points concept because I don't truly believe that. I believe that people want flexibility. That's my belief. It doesn't mean that's not somebody else's belief, but I can't force that. I can't force that. Samaria, I see you on here. Miss Lena, you on here too. All right now. Oh, my family's involved. My family is involved. But we're talking about making this world what we want it to be. We can't start in 2021 to make 2021 a great year. You cannot do it. You have to start now. You have to start now. You write down your goals for 2021, but you start October 30th. Right now. Right now is what you have. What are you going to do with right now? Because if you don't do the right thing with right now, tomorrow doesn't even matter. Tomorrow doesn't even matter. And you're a leader. If you are a leader, you cannot lead from the back of the line. You got to get up front because people are watching you. People need to see you. How do you respond to this tragedy? How do you respond to this pandemic? You know, I talk about it all the time. Leaders aren't people who don't have fear. Fear is there. But how you deal with it, that's the key. It's critical. How you deal with fear is critical in the fact that, people are saying, okay, if Cherokee's not scared, then I don't need to be scared. Well, it doesn't mean whatever's going on doesn't scare me. It means, guess what? It's here, and I have to deal with it. I have to deal with being in the house, but I love my home. I'm in the home with people I love. I have a beautiful wife. She loves me. I love her. We're the best of friends. We talk about everything. You follow me? I got Amelia. That's my heart. She has my back. She's always had my back. And I have her back. So when her and her daughter come through, this is my family. See, family that I created or that I want and I'm blessed with are people who want to be around me. Miss Lena, you're my family. You see, Sid, you're my family. You know, Samaria, you're my family. So the whole thing about this is we're family because we choose to be family, not because we were forced into it. See, if you feel like somebody, you want to call them your family, but you have to force yourself to go see them, you have to force yourself to talk to them, you have to force yourself to spend any time with them and check on them, that's not your family. And it's okay not to be, because everybody's not meant to be together. But again, it goes back to what do you want in life? And remember, focus on things that you want. Because things that you want is right in front of you. If people are being negative, clear it out. Get away from them. You can't change somebody. You can't make somebody be what you want them to be. You cannot. You can try all you want to. Whatever their character is their character. And you cannot change someone else's character. It's hard enough to change your own. Something that you can control. I find myself sometimes in circles that I don't want to be in. But I say, you know what? The person needs me. I want to talk to them. I want to walk with them through something. But there's absolutely no benefit for me. Because I already feel like I don't really want to be here. Well, guess what? At some point in time, we all have to do those things, don't we? We all have to do some things we don't really want to do in order to move ourselves forward. And then there's people that you want to spend your time with. You want to spend all your time with. They make you feel better about life. They make you feel better about what's going on. They make you laugh. You smile when you see them. Those are the people you want to spend the most of your time with. And if that's not the case, you have to change how and who you hang around. Spend most of your time doing what makes you feel good. Doing something productive. Something that changes a bad situation. See, you never lose if you never quit. So don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your team. Once you build a great team, don't quit on that team. Stay close. Stay committed. Stay accountable. Stay trustworthy. You're not going to please everybody, guys. You're not going to please everybody. So like I was saying earlier to my friend, instead of worrying about all these credentials you don't have, why don't you work on the credentials you do have? Why don't you work on what you're already blessed to do? There's something that you do better than anybody in the world. Trust me. It's a gift. And here's the crazy thing about it. Whatever that gift is, you actually did not have to work for it. You have it inside of you. Now, you may have to work to nurture it, to make it better, to make people see it. But you didn't have to go to school to learn it. My speaking ability, I didn't go to a speaking class. I didn't go to, a spoken word seminar. I read a lot. I read books. But I love to talk to people. And I love to help people. So you put those two things together and you have sales, marketing, motivational speaking, inspirational, which I love the best, inspirational speaking. Empower others. You see their power, but they don't see it. Show it to them. Tell them that you see it. And you know what? You'll be blessed for it too. Things that happen don't always come easy. Don't always happen easy. This life is rough. It's hard. It's so hard, in fact, I hear None of us get out of it alive. Ain't that something? None of us get out of this life alive. That's how rough life is. That's how strong it is. But what's important about this life is what you do with the dash that's between your date of birth and the date that you leave this world. What is the dash? The dash is the journey of your life. What did you contribute to the world? How did you make the world a better place by you existing? And even if you could say it was one person, hey, guess what? That was one person that needed help and you were there. And don't do it for pats on the back, guys. Do it because it makes you feel good. Do it because it makes you feel good. Do it to glorify the ability that you have. Because someone's going to do it for you. That's called paying it forward. Pay it forward. Right? Pay it forward. Find something great to get behind it, and push it. I always tell people, it costs you nothing to share this video with your friends. Somebody you know needs a pickup. They feel terrible, especially around this time, right? They need somebody, they need something that they can believe in. I'm on here for absolutely free. This is not one of my speaking engagements. The reason that I'm on here, and the reason that I get on here every Monday and every Friday, is I want to do my part to make this world better than I found it. And that's through you. Because if I change any one of you listening to me for the better, and make you stronger, make you last longer, I've done my job. I've done what I'm supposed to do. And that's what it's about. It's not about edification. It's not about who gets the glory. Because that's not what we're here for. And one of the things, yes, I'm going to talk about this because I did get asked about this, to speak on the mental awareness and checkup. I am going to do a podcast on this, so guys, don't forget to go follow me on Cherokee Edwards Inspires podcast, because I'm about to do one built and talk about mental health and the challenges that a lot of us and a lot of people are facing. How are you feeling? Go up to people, especially start with the people that are closest to you. Ask them, how are you feeling today? You know, how did you sleep? And sit quiet once you ask the question. Let them answer your question. We had a friend that comes through and gets her nails done. I love her to pieces. She came in and she told us a story about somebody she was close to at work that was, they didn't realize she was going through a lot, right? They knew she was doing a lot because she was taking care of her mother and she was taking care of herself, and she lost her job. And she lost it in a pretty ugly fashion, almost pretty much a disrespectful fashion. The people, and I'm not saying they should have kept her because of this, but what I'm saying is people need to see signs. People give you signs, we have to pay attention to those signs, and sometimes we just don't see it. I lost a friend like this, didn't see the signs, right? I saw some before, I thought we were past it, but obviously we weren't, because he ended up killing himself. Well, this young lady was missing from work. She lost her job. People were, hey, I want to go check on her and see what's going on. And he found out that this happened way back in July. This lady killed herself because the weight of the world was so heavy on her. And I'm sure she felt all alone. So imagine what might have happened if somebody could say to her, hey, is there anything I can do to help you? Anything at all? Well, I just lost my job. Well, look, I got a friend that is involved in a business. He owns a business, or she owns a business. Are you willing to change occupations? Or is this something that you really want to do? Because I think this would have to do with the medical world. That may make a difference, but at least it snaps them into saying, oh my goodness, you see me. You see me. Sometimes that's all it takes. And we don't know who's had enough, guys. We don't know who's had enough. So we have to constantly check each other's temperatures. You know, I ask my wife a lot, how you feeling? You okay? Everything good? And she asks me that back. And sometimes it turns into a conversation. Well, you know, I wasn't feeling too hot about this, or this was rubbing me the wrong way, or whatever it is. You have to talk about it, right? And somebody that's in a deep depression, a lot of times the last thing they want to do is talk about it. That's the last thing they want to do. But what if the right person said, hey, do me a favor, come ride with me for a minute. I just want to blow some steam. I want to talk to you about something. Now they think that they're doing you a favor, right? But this is a segue into checking their pulse, checking their temperature. You never know what you might say that sparks somebody to tell you how bad they're feeling, how they're ready to leave the world, how they're ready to kill someone, they just don't care anymore. And now you're an advocate. Let me say this to you. None of us need certification to be a counselor. So when you hear people say, oh, I'm getting certified for this, I got this, hey, that's great. Don't get me wrong, that's great. But let me explain to you. A book does not teach you about people's character. A book does not tell you when somebody is at their end, because we're all different. We're all wired differently. What you need is your spirit. What you need to use is your spirit, your heart, your soul. Your passion for humanity. That's not taught in any class. You got out of bed with that. Or you got out of bed without it. But no one's going to teach it to you. Trust me when I tell you, no one's going to teach you. Not in a class about character. This is something you gotta want. You have to want this. I see people always throwing their certifications up. Oh, I'm certified to help you. I'm gonna place you in this housing. I'm gonna help you with this. I'm gonna help you with that. And then they do everything they can do to get out of the promises they made to you. And there's a lot of people, good people, great people, that go through this every single day. And at some point, the fuse burns out. And what happens when the fuse burns out on a keg of dynamite? Kaboom! That's what happens, right? So what happens to that little girl or that little boy that doesn't quite know how to deal with the political world? Don't know quite how to articulate the pain that they're feeling because their mom and dad are fighting and they seem like they hate each other and the child is in the middle. What about that child? Who's there to speak for that child? Now what about that teenager that thinks they know everything? They think they gotta find a solution to everything, and at such a young age, a teenage year. Who tells that teenager that they don't have to carry the world on their back? It's not time yet. Keep learning. Enjoy your life. Who's there? Sometimes no one. A lot of times the parents, even if they're in the same household, somebody's working here, somebody's working there. A lot of times they're working 2 jobs to keep things together. And they're like 2 passing ships in the night. But they're adults, right? The kids suffer because the TV is raising them. The internet is raising them. Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. May be funny at cases. But there's a lot of things these kids are privy to that I wasn't privy to when I was young, and I'm thankful for it. You know, in order for me to see porn, I would have to go sneak and find one of my dad's tapes and sneak watch it, right? When nobody's home. Well, now, all these kids need is a cell phone. And usually they got cell phones at 3, 4, 5 years old. Who's to stop them? You say, oh, we got parental controls on it, right? Are you telling me that the parental controls are stopping pop-ups of a woman's breasts naked behind? Come on. You got cyberbullying now. People don't even have to bully you face-to-face anymore. Now they do it online. They tell each other, go kill yourself. And then guess what the young person does? They go kill themselves. We have to stop this. We got to battle a lot of demons, people. There's a lot of demons that we're battling. So the first thing that you do to battle these things is you have to find joy within yourself. You have to. Find joy within. There's enough greatness inside of you. Let it out. Don't be afraid to walk away from people. Walk away from negative people. Walk away from them. If every time you come around them, they got something negative to say, walk away from them. You don't have to chew them out. You don't have to get into a fight. Just say, hey, look, I'm busy right now. I'll see you later. Right now ain't the time. I was talking to somebody, and we were talking about one person had a recent death in the family, right? And we were trying to console the person. And I know the other friend meant well. But this person had just lost their mother. Just lost their mother, like that day before. And you know what the person said to this person? Hey, you know what? I know what you're going through. I lost my mom 15 years ago. You might understand the loss. But at this very moment, this is not about you. This is about the person who just lost their mother. You hold them and you ask, is there anything they need you to do? And you keep it moving. Don't make this about you. Don't be so selfish. I understand, because I lost my mother back in 2001, 19 years ago. In my 20s, I lost both parents. So, hear me when I say this. Make your existence about making others better. Sometimes, just be that listening ear. Some people just need you to hold them and let them cry on your shoulder until they cry themselves to sleep. But they don't need you to compare your pain to theirs when they're just going through it. This is their time. Let them have it. Somebody says, oh my God, I'm getting a divorce. I feel like the world is coming down on me. Don't sit there and say, oh, I got a divorce 5 years ago. Oh, girl, this is what you're going to go through. Or big boy, this is what you're going to go through. This is their time. Give it to them. Give them their time. Be their friend. Because that's what they need. They need a shoulder right now. And then dust them off. Help them up. And walk with them through the journey. That's how you make people want to see you and not run from you when they see you coming. Not hide from you in department stores. Not drive their car 6 lanes away trying to keep away from you seeing their car when they see you in the street. Oh, I didn't see you. Oh my God. Oh, you tried to call me? Oh my goodness, my phone was off. I didn't even realize my phone was off. Oh, the phone was in the house and I was outside. My daughter, she ran into me and broke my phone. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get a new phone. See, you hear this stuff a lot. You get sent to voicemail. You get blocked. All these things. That means that connection you thought you had with that person is gone. So, let's focus on the mentality. The mental stress. We all suffer from it. We don't need medications for it, y'all. We need love. We need somebody to give us a hug. You can't meditate. You can't medicate that type of depression away. Medications will probably only suppress it, but it doesn't address it. We need to address it, not oppress it, and not suppress it. Because here's the deal. We were already given in this world what we need to survive. So I want you guys to remember that if each one of us teach one of us, then all of us reaches one of us. And we don't leave each other behind. What's up, April? I see you, girl. What's good? What's good? You see where I'm at? You see where I'm at? Hey. But, let's just help each other out, y'all. Let's talk about, depression is real. Depression is here. Make people laugh. Listen to what they have to say. Reach out to them. Check on them. Let's make it a point, a mission, to check on somebody this week. If you didn't do it last week, if you didn't do it the week before, do it this week. Do it today. I don't know what time it is, because sometimes people on here from South Korea, and I know in South Korea it is 9:15 on Saturday morning. But wherever you are, I'm on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. It is 8:15 p.m. Pick up your phone when we get done here. Call somebody you haven't talked to in a while, especially if it's somebody you consider close to you, and just check up on them. Ask them how they're doing. Don't ask them for anything given to you. Just ask them how they're doing. And just listen. Try not to jump in and compare what they're going through to what you're going through. Just listen. There's an art to it. I always tell people when I teach sales, ask questions skillfully and listen very carefully. If you do those two things, whoever you're talking to will tell you how to sell them. They'll tell you what they want. Now your job is to facilitate that. Well, guess what? In the mental health department, I don't have to be a licensed therapist to give you a hug. Here's my air hug for you. I love you guys. Here's my air hug. Right? We can't see each other a lot right now, especially not without masks, right? Wear your mask. The scientists are saying it's keeping us safe. And you know what? Who are we to say they're not telling the truth all of a sudden? All of a sudden, Dr. Fauci don't know what he's talking about. Dr. Soundji doesn't know what he's talking about. All these scientists? No, come on, guys. 2020, they didn't just lose their mind all of a sudden. Listen, stay safe. Stay protected. Keep your hands clean. You should be doing that anyway. Keep your hands clean. Keep sanitizer around you, but not just because of a pandemic, because it's clean. Don't be a dirty person. Don't be trifling. And you don't know who just dug up their behind, dug up their nose, and touched a doorknob that you just touched. So you could be the cleanest person in the world, and you just touched something that the dirtiest person in the world just touched, right? Keep yourself clean. Maintain a good distance. That should be there. We used to call it when I was a kid, Cadillac distance. Give me some space. You don't have to always be in somebody's face when you're talking to them like that. Give them some room. And I'm a big hugger. I like to hug people, right? But once I hug you, I don't have to sit there in your face and talk to you like this. We can stand at a distance. And now, it's more important than ever, isn't it? But check on your friends and family. Check on them. Make sure they're okay. Make sure their mental state is the way it was when you left them before. And if it's not, then do your best to get them back on track. That's what I believe. That's how I feel. That's my words. That's my feelings. We need to love each other more. Stop trying to hurt people. Stop trying to find out people's business so you can use it against them. Especially good people, guys. We don't run into good people all the time. When you run into somebody good to you, be good to them. You call yourself their friend and they tell you something in confidence, keep it confident. Keep it confidential. Be a real friend. Real friends don't want to see real friends go through drama. They want to help them through it. Not stoke flames to it. And everybody always thinks they're the only one going through something. Well, newsflash, you're not. It's not all about you. You need a checkup from the neck up. Some people need a checkup from the neck up. Let's just be real. But we don't all have time to teach you. So, you have to desire to be a better person. You have to desire to go back to the old school ways of saying, if you don't have something good to say about someone, be the blank quiet. And if you're one of those people that always got to talk about people, you always got to make people feel bad, guess what? Get a life and make yourself feel better first. Because really, I'm going to say it to you because I'm a people person and I know this about people. Usually, people that talk bad about other people, they feel bad about their life. They feel bad about the person they see in the mirror. Because if you got all that time to talk bad about somebody, you're not doing enough positive in your life. And if you're doing enough positive in your life, you don't even have time. You don't even have time to talk bad about somebody else and try to make them feel bad. So I don't know if you're feeling me on it, but it's just something that I wanted to get across because this also aids to poor mental health. This aids in the people having to take medication for depression. This aids in people tying a belt around their neck in a closet and hanging themselves. This aids in the people jumping off of bridges. This aids in the people running in front of trains. This aids in people shooting themselves in the head and everybody else. And then what do you say then? Oh my God, I didn't know. Oh, I wish I didn't do this. You know what? Do it now. You can't do nothing about the past, but you're doomed to repeat it if you don't move forward. If you forget what happened in the past, you are doomed to repeat it. Just look at the State of the Union. I hear older people that I talk to that I respect and admire. And you know what they tell me? If they're over 65 years old, they're in their 65, 70 range, they're telling me right now, and it's black and white now, this ain't just black people now. They're telling me right now, some of them, man, this is reminding me of the 60s. The way things were in the 60s. The difference is they see more unity though in the, the follow-up and what's going on. People not really, having it now. But I'm talking as far as the hatred. I'm talking as far as people being nervous to go anywhere because they're scared to be stopped. They're scared to put a hoodie on. April, you said, yep, my brother was one of them. He took his life. You see what I'm saying? And I'm so sorry, April. I'm so sorry to hear that. But, this world is rough. We need each other to lock arms with each other and let each other know we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. And we're going to do this together. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it together. And if you're not one of those people that's willing to work together, stay in the house. Stay away from the people that want to work together. Because we're not about that crabs in the bucket theory. You're not going to pull us down. Don't let people pull you down, people. Let the champion out. Let the champion rise. Give birth to the champion tonight. If the champion is not already guiding your life, let the champion out tonight. Right now. Let him out. Let her out. Right now. There's people depending on you. You better give them the best version of yourself. Right now. Not now, but right now. You like that passion? It's not anger. You should be sick and tired, guys. You should be sick and tired. If it's 2020 and you still dealing with stuff you were dealing with in 2015, you need a checkup from the neck up. If everybody is moving away from you and you're not moving away from them, you need a checkup from the neck up. Because it's not everybody else's fault. Sometimes it's something you got to deal with in your own yard before you start telling people how to cut their own grass. Mind your business. Find your business and mind it. Just words of wisdom. Because people see you. People see you. And even if they look like they're your friends, they just watching you suffer. I'm telling you guys, I've seen it all my life. People always act like they care, but they absolutely do nothing for you in whatever you are hurting about. Be the difference maker. Be the difference maker. I love you guys. If nobody said it today, I love you. And guess what? I don't need nothing from you physically or, financially. So just understand, if I say I love you, I mean it. I want to see the best in you. I want to see the best you got to give. Show me. Show you. Show the world. So, if you're celebrating a birthday, this day, October 30th, happy birthday. Many more. I hope you enjoyed your day, and I hope you like me and my family and celebrate it all month. I know it's the 30th, right? Celebrate it all the way to November 30th. And if today is that day, if tonight is that night, you just recently gave birth to the champion inside of you, happy birthday, champion. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the world. Show us how great you are. See, I know you are great. Show the person you just came out of. Show them. This is the way it should be. And this is the way it will be from now on. Happy birthday, champion. Do your thing. Happy Mother's Day. To all you wonderful, wonderful queens. Happy Mother's Day. You're so special. You're so special. There's not a day go by I don't miss mine, so I promise you, you are special beyond measure. Happy Mother's Day. You incredible women. You incredible queens. Happy Father's Day to you wonderful men out there that know what it's like to lead from the front. That know what it's like to lift your family up. To represent them the way you're supposed to. Stick their chest out. Be a man. Happy Father's Day. I love you, men. The men that take care of your family, I love you and I salute you. Happy Father's Day. What's up, Trace? What's up, girl? Now, happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody that had to put it down today. You put it down this week. If you had to do stuff and put up with things that you wish you didn't have to, but you knew your why was too great. And like I always say, when the why is great enough, the facts don't matter. When the why is great enough, the facts don't matter. Just as now, the why is too great for you not to vote. If you didn't vote early, it's okay. It's okay. But you better be at those polls. If you have to spend the night in those polls, you go and do what you got to do. That's the reason why you have to labor in the first place. But don't do it and not get something out of it. Exercise your right. That's right, darling. I'm glad you voted. That's good. That's good. Everybody, tell your friends to vote. Because if you don't vote, you have no voice. People die for no reason if you don't vote. So there's no reason for Labor Day. Labor Day will be ugly for you if you don't make the difference. But happy Labor Day. And happy Independence Day. Hey, it's not 4th of July. Who cares? You still are independent. You have the ability of liberty. You have the ability of justice. Yes, do we have to fight for it? Of course we do. But guess what? If something's not worth fighting for, it's not worth having. So fight for it. Continue to fight for it. Be the blessing you need in your life. Be the change you need in your life. Don't let people tell you. Don't let everybody dictate to you where you get to live, what kind of car you can drive, what kind of food you can eat, where you can go and, put your kids in school. You be the determining factor. Happy Independence Day. All my military veterans, all my active duty, reservists, nurses, doctors, cafeteria workers. I know the CMAs, you guys, you're on that front line. You're on that front line. Everybody, if you see a nurse, if you go to the doctors for checkups, when my wife and I go in, I have we have the nurses laughing and joking, and we talk to them, and they say, man, you guys are always so happy and so this, that, and the other. Well, guess what? Just because we're in a hospital or a doctor's office getting checkups and doing things we're doing, doesn't mean we have to look somber. Don't forget, these people are people too. Make them smile. Thanks, Trees. Yes, we got to vote like we never voted before, darling. We got to spread the word. For one, I tell people, if you don't vote, please don't talk to me. Please. Now, I'm not saying you got to vote for who I voted for. That's your choice. Everybody has the power of choice, right? But if you refuse to take advantage of something our ancestors died for, I have no words for you. I have no words for you. And I daggone sure don't want to hear you talk bad about whoever's in the White House. If you didn't vote, you have no voice. Now, with that said, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for another day with a beautiful life, my beautiful wife, my beautiful family. I'm thankful for people that are around me, that in a tight-knit circle, tight, secure ball, that we look after each other. I'm thankful that there's always food on the table. Somebody's always cooking something beautiful. And we work out together. We pray together. We stay together. We play together. We do it. Right? Everything. My thing is, the one that talk the most don't vote and got the nerve to be mad. Of course. Exactly my point. That part. That part. Walk away from them. If they do that to you this year, right now, especially now, if they do that now, please walk away from them. Please tell them we can talk about anything else, but we will not talk about who's in the White House. I'm thankful for all of you, back to that, for getting on here with me, for spending time with me. Thank you for sharing, because I know that a lot of you have now begun to share because of calls that I've gotten. People want me to talk about certain topics. What do I think about this? Now remember, most people don't get a chance to sit in front of me. Even before the pandemic, a lot of people that are listening to me right now in South Korea, in Jamaica, we got people in Jamaica following us. We got people in Europe following. Hey guys, big up to all you out there. But it's because I'm being shared. And this is why I do it. The only reason I come on here is because people have asked me to share my thoughts and views. So this is my contribution to the world. So if there's anybody you need that that needs to be lifted up, powerfully lifted up, send them through. Tell them to go check out my podcast. I got 47 episodes. I'm on season 3. The next one I'm going to talk about, I'm telling you right now, is the mental health. I talked about it today on the live, but I'm going to give it my undivided attention on the podcast. So, with that said, I love you. I want you to stay safe. Wear your mask. Stay clean. Keep distance. Don't disregard what you're hearing. I'd rather you be safe than sorry. Find joy and peace. Find joy and peace. And come on up, check me out. When you hear that bing, come on up here and check me out and talk to me. Let's kick it. Let's kick it. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about what's important to you. You throw it up there, we're going to chop it up. If you want to split screen and get on here with me, just shoot something at me and tell me, hey, bring me on, let's talk. Y'all remember when I brought my young protege, Jay, he's in Houston, Texas. He's only 26 years old. He's my protege. Military and business minded. I have to lead. There are people that need me and I know it. But there are people that need you and you know it. So raise them up. But the first thing you have to do to raise them up is raise you up. Raise your level of expectation. Raise your level of self-determination. Raise yourself. Raise your levels of self-awareness. Raise your level of self-respect. Raise your level of self-dignity. Raise yourself of self-love. I love y'all. Peace. Stay safe.